nominee for United States Congress for Tennessee District 7, Megan Barry.
So it is so great to be able to stand here tonight in a room full of Democrats and just to feel the energy and the excitement. And let me just tell you, I hadn't spent a lot of time in Clarksville before I decided to get into this race. The first time I came up was in December when the tornado hit. And I saw at that moment the amazing community that you have, seeing everybody come together. And it made me so excited to think about being able to represent Clarksville and Montgomery County. And after that, I spent a little more time here and I was welcomed. And I just want to take a minute and talk about the people who have been so great, just gracious to me since I got here. So first I want to call out Karen Reynolds, wherever she went. So early on, I got to attend her kickoff at Wicked Good Sandwiches. That thing was packed. There were so many people in that room, and you could just feel the excitement for Karen. And she is wicked smart. And I thought that's why she chose the name of this sandwich shop. She does her homework, she gets into the details, and she's not afraid to bring the fight to anybody who is on the wrong side of working class folks in Clarksville. And she's a vet, she's got 20 years of experience, and I'm so glad that she's on my side. Because all of this combined with her tireless campaigning, which we have seen, those doors that she is knocking, she is absolutely gonna be the next state senator for District 22. Next, I got to spend time with Representative Ronnie Glenn. Now, talk about a true servant leader. I mean, he has just welcomed me with open arms. Back in February, I'd only met Ronnie a couple of times, and he agreed to go to church with me. And he and his wife were very kind. They said, come on up to Clarksville and we'll go to church. I had been invited to church, and we got in the car and we're headed to church. And I had said that we had been invited to the First Baptist Church of Clarksville. And he's like, okay, that's kind of interesting. But that's good. And so we're driving, and as we're driving, he says to me, okay, Megan, we're probably just gonna sit in the parking lot and you can go in. He said, because that's really not our crowd. And I said, really? And he said, well, let me just ask you a question. Was it supposed to be the first missionary Baptist church? And I said, oh yeah, I think there's a missionary in it. And he said, you know what, that's pretty important. He said, that's the church we're going to, and absolutely, we'll walk in with you. So absolutely, we did. And I know we have Garfield Scott here, so he's somewhere. And oh my gosh, there was a moment when we weren't sure that Garfield was gonna run. He'd never done it before, and this district, is replacing a Republican that's been there for 20 years, but he stepped up. And we are so glad. And this year, I have been able to see Garfield just become an amazing candidate. How many of you were at the Montgomery County dinner where Garfield spoke? I mean, all right. So he is so passionate and so excited of the guts to step into that race. And Garfield, you're gonna win this too. And we have Richie Patton and Bernard Carter here tonight who stepped up too. Yeah. Absolutely. We don't win if we don't run. And the fact that they were willing to put themselves and their families and friends into the fray is really, we all have to be grateful for that. And this is, not everybody wins the first time. You try again and again and again. And that's what I'm seeing in Clarksville. We are flipping this county because people are willing to step up and run. And finally, we have Allie Phillips. I don't know if Allie's here. There she is. Allie's here. And of course, she's our national superstar. And honestly, your courage is nothing more than extraordinary. To be so young, to have gone through so much, and to take your personal story and turn it into a fight for other women so that other women don't have to go through what you had to go through is amazing. And you are also going to be making a difference and winning this race. And I would be remiss if I didn't say, oh my gosh, Chaz Uffleman. Chaz, you're amazing. Along with Mary and Karin and everybody that does so much work for the Democrats in Montgomery County. I've had the pleasure of being across a lot of different districts throughout this race, and not to say anything about any of these other places, but you guys really have it going on. The fact of the matter is that the Montgomery County Democrats are organized, they are active, and you're winning races, and that's so important. And I'm lucky because one of the people that I have working for me on my campaign is Dr. Dwana, and she's here. And I know you all know her because she's been an active Democrat and a veteran and absolutely contributing to Montgomery County, so I'm so lucky to have her. All right, y'all. So I, tonight, get to say that I am no longer the presumptive nominee, but that I am the nominee for Congress for District 7. And, you know, I'm running against this guy who has consistently listed himself as Congressman R. Clarksville. And he's now listing himself as Congressman R. Ashland City. Now, no offense to our folks down in Cheatham County, but I'm pretty sure that he figured out in Montgomery County, y'all were running him off, and that's okay with me. Now, as we move forward, my campaign is gonna draw contrast because people actually deserve to know what their congressman has been up to. And between you and me, it's not much. I'll say that I'm committed to a campaign that reflects the best of what each of these candidates in the room have taught me. And that's about not having partisan bickering. It's about actually having effective solutions to all of the challenges that we are facing. And we're gonna make sure that every voice is heard, that every community is represented, and every Tennessean has an opportunity to thrive. My mission in Congress is going to turn our shared experiences into policies that actually work for people. And I'm gonna show voters that they have a real choice. And that's what this is in November. It's a choice between who's gonna gut Medicare and Social Security and who's gonna protect it. It's a choice between a total ban on abortion and reproductive freedom. It's a choice between a congressman who is working for himself or a congresswoman who's gonna work for you. So Clarksville, Montgomery County, District 7, what do you say? Do you think we can actually show the nation that we can win in Tennessee? I think we can. So let's choose action, let's choose to fight, and let's win this race. Thank you.